Attention! Due to some people asking to continue with the short 3-minute videos, we will be creating a new channel with this more compact format. The links will be in the comments and in the community tab. Please subscribe and support us.
Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur stated that Lewis Hamilton's Singapore Grand Prix was compromised from the opening laps of the Formula One race as he faced a brake problem that forced him to lift and coast until the end of the session. Despite this significant technical issue, the 7-time world champion still managed to set the fastest lap of Sunday's race. It will be difficult to start with something positive, Vasseur began diplomatically before explaining how the problem appeared almost immediately after the race start. His candid assessment revealed the extent of Hamilton's technical challenges throughout the demanding Singapore circuit. Yes, we had problems not in the first lap, but in the second or third, and we had to do lift and coast during the race. But even for them at the end, it's not easy to drive like that because you have to adapt the braking point every lap. The French team principal detailed the lift and coast technique requires motorists to reduce throttle input and coast to manage brake temperatures, but creates unpredictable handling characteristics that make consistent lap times virtually impossible. Hamilton's ability to maintain competitive pace under such circumstances demonstrated his exceptional racecraft. Clearly, when we pushed for some laps with Lewis, I think the pace was decent, but you can't do 95% of the race at a disadvantage, Vasseur continued, highlighting the fundamental challenge facing any motorist dealing with technical limitations during race conditions. This assessment emphasized how technical problems can destroy competitive prospects, regardless of underlying car performance or motorist capability. Hamilton's situation illustrated the unforgiving nature of modern Formula One, where any technical deficit creates insurmountable disadvantages. The Ferrari boss admitted that the brake failure surprised the team, but attributed the problem to the hot conditions at Marina Bay Street circuit, particularly when trapped in dirty air behind other cars. Singapore's demanding conditions create exceptional stress on brake systems across all teams. Everyone knows that in Singapore, when you're in the middle of the pack, the situation is critical for the brakes, but still it wasn't expected to happen at this moment, Vasseur explained, acknowledging the circuit's notorious difficulty for brake management. Marina Bay's combination of heavy braking zones, high ambient temperatures, and humid conditions creates perfect conditions for brake overheating. Teams must balance cooling requirements against aerodynamic efficiency, making brake management one of Singapore's primary technical challenges. Hamilton received a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits after failing to keep his car within the circuit boundaries. Due to his brake failure, the penalty demonstrated how technical problems can create cascading consequences that compound competitive disadvantages. Fernando Alonso became visibly irritated upon seeing Hamilton's track limit violations, questioning how safe the Ferrari could be in such compromised condition. The Spanish motorist's concerns reflected legitimate safety considerations when cars operate with degraded braking performance. Vasseur quickly attempted to address safety concerns in the most reassuring manner possible. In terms of safety, yes, because we adapted the pace. It wasn't that Lewis was pushing hard on the last lap, but he was 30 seconds slower. In terms of safety, it was on the safe side. But that wasn't the objective. The objective is to be safe, but the objective isn't simply to be safe, he stated with characteristic dry humor. The team principal's response balanced acknowledgement of legitimate safety protocols with recognition that competitive objectives require calculated risk management. His comments suggested Ferrari maintained adequate safety margins while managing Hamilton's technical difficulties. The British motorist managed to achieve the fastest lap after pitting for soft compound tyres, but Vasseur refused to allow this achievement to create false optimism about their competitive performance during the problematic race. No, because we put a set of softs at the end, he said, classifying the fastest lap as unrepresentative of their true competitive position. For me, it's a false fastest lap because we weren't in the same situation. I can say that when he was pushing, the pace was there and the difference to the cars ahead was consistent with the delta you have on tires, but nothing beyond that. This technical analysis demonstrated Vasseur's realistic assessment of their performance despite the superficially positive fastest lap achievement. His refusal to be encouraged by potentially misleading statistics showed mature evaluation of competitive realities. It's also frustrating for us because we had the feeling that when we did 3 consecutive laps without saving, the pace wasn't bad, the Ferrari boss added, suggesting that Hamilton's underlying speed remained competitive when not limited by brake management requirements. This observation provided some encouragement about Ferrari's fundamental competitive package while highlighting how technical problems can mask true performance potential. The assessment suggested that without brake issues, Hamilton could have achieved significantly better results. With the mentioned penalty applied, Hamilton concluded his Singapore campaign in 8th position, collecting 4 championship points. This modest points haul reflected the combined impact of technical problems and regulatory penalties on his competitive prospects. The result continued Hamilton's challenging debut season with Ferrari, where technical adaptation difficulties have prevented him from demonstrating his championship-winning capabilities consistently. Singapore represented another missed opportunity for breakthrough performance. Vasseur's handling of the brake failure situation demonstrated professional crisis management while maintaining realistic expectations about competitive recovery. His balanced approach acknowledged problems while avoiding panic or overreaction. The technical issues experienced by Hamilton highlighted the ongoing challenges facing Ferrari's engineering department in optimizing their package for different circuit characteristics and operating conditions. Reliability concerns complement performance deficits in limiting their championship prospects. Singapore's demanding conditions often expose technical weaknesses that might not appear at less challenging venues. The circuit's unique combination of factors creates comprehensive tests of car reliability and operational excellence. Hamilton's ability to set fastest lap despite brake problems demonstrated his continued elite-level capability when provided with functional machinery. His performance under adversity validated his championship credentials while highlighting Ferrari's technical limitations. The brake failure incident underscored the importance of reliable technical packages in Formula One's unforgiving competitive environment. Even minor technical issues can transform competitive weekends into damage limitation exercises. Ferrari's response to Hamilton's technical problems will influence their approach to reliability optimization during remaining races. Lessons learned from Singapore's brake failure could prevent similar issues at upcoming venues with comparable demands. Do you think Ferrari's explanation of Lewis Hamilton's brake failure adequately addresses safety concerns, or should there be stricter protocols when motorists experience such significant technical problems during races? Subscribe for exclusive Formula One technical analysis and insights into the complex engineering challenges facing modern championship contenders.